Hello, my friends.
Hello.
Hello.
Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with today?
This is Hathor.
Hello. It's a pleasure to speak with you again.
Yes. Mm. I hear the group is having some trouble since their experience in the King's Chamber.
I think that having an energetic experience that lively and then coming back to the standard 3D life, one can expect some challenges, yes.
Yes.
We were wondering if you could give them. You and I had such an amazing conversation yesterday. I'm wondering if you could give them the highlights of that as far as what was kind of accomplished during that, maybe a little bit of why they might be feeling the way that they are, um, and help give them some context to their entire experience.
Of course. Well, let's look at mm, the side effects first, if you will. So, when you were in the King's Chamber, there was, as you're probably aware if you listened to the first video, that there was processed and unprocessed energy from the Giza Plateau, as well as the pyramids. They are waking up. Um, Everybody who was at the King's Chamber is kind of on their own step of the journey. Not everyone is the same. So some of you may have never had a spiritual experience before and just needed a little boost to wake up, if you will. Some of you may have had some spiritual experiences, and this helped with energy flow. It helped with maybe the next step up. And then there are the more advanced of you who are very connected, and this experience may have presented much more physical side effects, if you will. The energy itself is, as you may be aware, helping raise your vibration to bring in more light, more energy. And I believe the other energy said at one point that your body is now vibrating at a much higher frequency. So it's basically your stomach and all of the digestive system vibrating at a very high frequency, which is affecting the way that you digest your food and how the food energy intake is being affected as it goes through your body. This is only temporary. I
Could you
believe that he used the analogy as of a bell. When you ring a bell, how it vibrates a lot and then it slowly dissipates. This is kind of what your body is going through.
do you anticipate that having any dietary changes for any of us?
Some yes, some no. This vessel personally has noticed that her taste buds have changed, but she is also on a step in the journey where diet and the energy that you intake are going to be very important for the next step of vibration level, and that's specific to where she is on her journey. Not everyone will be at that point yet. You may notice some changes in the foods that your body wants or doesn't want, or the way things taste, but if that is the case, don't be alarmed. It's just your body telling you that you are ready for higher vibrational foods, which is going to happen at some point on your journey.
I think there's some of us that are just hoping it's later than sooner.
Yes, well, all in divine timing.
So we had a channel come online during our trip that sang your song.
Yes,
What
Manuela.
what can you tell us about that?
Manuela was, she's a beautiful soul and she did such a good job. I'm so very proud of her. Um, the song was, well, let's just say all of the gods and goddesses have their own version of a song because in Egyptian times, we didn't speak to each other like we do now. So when you wanted to summon a god or channel a god or whoever, using the song was one way to get their attention. Um, it is also an ancient form of toning as well, which is what it was used for in this case. So the song was actually something that the ancient sites, the pyramids, the Giza Plateau recognize and was used as a catalyst for waking it up and getting it to stir out of its slumber, kind of like a mother telling its children that it's time to wake up for school. That tone, that voice, um, was an integral part of waking these spirits up. And Manuela she did a beautiful job, but she only sang the very beginning part of the song. And I wanted to let her know that if she wants to learn the rest, she is more than welcome to. But it is just one way for the ancient spirits and the energies of the area to recognize that it's time to wake up.
Is that what we were doing in some of our meditations? Was waking up the area?
Yes, that was part of it. Another part, as this vessel told everyone, she was using the song as well as the mix of energies from each person in the group, and the energy coming out of the sarcophagus as creating a vortex and sending it into the earth, which was helping not only the sacred site, but also Mother Gaia, because the sacred sites hold old ancient information and wisdom, as well as energy. And sharing that with Mother Gaia allows her to send it through the ley lines, which will in turn help with the information and energy that she is sending to humanity. She also sent it out into the cosmos because as the Earth is ascending, there are other planets and galaxies that are connected to Earth that are far out there that are also going through the same process. And by sending this information, this energy, this stirring, this ancient knowledge out into the cosmos to share with those other places, you are also helping to catalyze the stirrings and the awakening and the ascension of those other places as well, which is why this was so important. And this vessel said that she could hear and feel the earth, the spaceships around the earth that are all here to help, as well as the planets and the stars out in the cosmos, weeping with joy and with love because of being able to share this unique, high energy, amazing experience with not just you who were there and the earth, but also with the entire cosmos, which was just, there are no words that can describe how beautiful that was.
I know there were many times where I was moved almost to tears with the love energy that I felt during
Yes,
some of these meditations.
yes, this vessel wept as well.
So, if people wanted to reconnect to this energy, reinforce it within themselves, keep their vibrations high, what would your recommendation be to do that, not traveling to Egypt, once every other week to do so?
Yes, so the audio recording that was uploaded of the King's Chamber is a great way to do that. You can listen to that when you're ready because it is a very energetic experience, even just a replay. You can do that to reconnect to that feeling, to that experience that you had individually within the chamber. And you can do that as often as you'd like. As the other energy said, it will it will blossom and it will transform into something beautiful, not just your individual experience as when you were there, but as you listen to it more and more, it will open up into something more beautiful and more much bigger, which will also be a unique experience for the individual as well. You can also, if you go into meditation and you know how to use your imagination space and your mind's eye, you can just picture yourself at any of the sacred sites in Egypt. Set the intention to connect with that sacred site, with the energy or the guardians that are there, and you can connect with them that way and do whatever it is that you would like to do, whether it's sharing your energy to help wake it up more or receive energy to help you raise your vibration, whatever you resonate with, whatever calls to you to do.
One of the first times that your song came through, Manuela, was in the initiation chamber in the Valley of the Kings.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit? I know that some people had some interesting experiences there. Can you tell us from your perspective, why was that like one of the first times that your song came through? Like, how did that interface with the space?
Of course. So this was where I initially connected with Manuela and introduced her to the song. Um, each space where this song was sung um, was, if you pay attention to the way it was sung differently. In the initiation chamber, for example, she started out humming it, which is a very calming way to use toning and to use the song. So it was a good way to kind of help match each person's vibration to the vibration of the space to help them get into a meditative state so that they could have their own personal experience. As she began to sing it out loud, it was just raising that vibration to kind of elevate that experience for everyone.
How did the interface between when others started joining into the song, how did that work with Manuela's channeling of your song?
So, just like group meditations and having that group to amplify the intentions, to amplify the energy. It was the same with the song, as everyone else was joining in, adding their own tones, their own specific voice to the song. It was helping to amplify the energy and waking up the sacred site, in sending it to the cosmos and to the earth. It was adding its own little flavor, its unique mix of energies and voices into that package, if you will, which each person's voice, each person's energy is all specific to that person. It's like a unique fingerprint. So when you add all of those together, it makes a unique frequency, a unique tone that will never, without all of you being there and replicating the whole experience, will never be that again. It was a unique gift, if you will, to the cosmos, to the earth, to the sacred site that was just amplifying my song, amplifying Manuela, giving her support, and just making it its own unique experience.
I definitely have seen where group meditations seem to be a bit more powerful for me as an individual than versus me trying to do it on my own. I can also say that when I work with other channels, it's helpful for various reasons in like a group channeling session. So that makes perfect sense to me. Is there anything that I haven't asked about around this experience, around the song, around your intentions for this group while they were activating these sites that you would like to bring through?
Not specifically, but I will say that if if you do go to Egypt again, which I hope as many of you do as possible, because this was extremely helpful, and there are many sacred sites in Egypt. Again, not necessary, but very powerful. I was the one that came through this time because there was a person in the group that checked all the boxes for my specific energy to come through and my song to come through, and a channel that was able to handle all of that. Manuela and I are a great energetic match. All of the gods and goddesses have their own song, their own frequency, their own vibration, their own way of doing things. And if you do go back to Egypt, it will probably be a very different experience based on the group and who is there. You may call in a different god in their song. You may not at all. It may be something completely different. It's basically based on the group of people that are there, who is capable, who is willing, who is ready on their journey to bring something through. And this is the first time that I'm aware of where this kind of experience in the King's Chamber has ever happened. So we are all over here applauding you and very grateful for this experience. And we hope that we are able to do this again. Whether it's with me or one of the others, they are all here with this vessel. They are excited. They are super happy. And this words again cannot explain how amazing and beautiful and exciting that this experience has been, not only for us, but for Egypt, for Mother Gaia, for humanity, for the cosmos. This was very important and very impactful for a lot of reasons. And I just want to say thank you, and that I'm very grateful to have been a part of this with all of you.
Oh, I think on behalf of all of us, we thank you for coming through because I feel that it greatly enriched the experience for us.
It was my pleasure.
So, one final question before I let you go. What is your definition of love?
Love. My definition of love is that feeling that you get when you see something with so much beauty, whether it's a butterfly or the way someone makes you feel, but it's all there is. It's the definition of life. It is what brings you joy, what makes all of this worth it. We all learn lessons. We all go through challenges and obstacles, soul growth. It's always messy. It's never pretty. But spaces in between that make this all worth it. The feelings, the visuals, the your English language does not have a proper word, but it is the amazing joy and just that feeling you get that makes all of this worth it.
Very well said. Thank you so much for enriching our trip. Thank you so much for helping us understand how that worked and what we accomplished. And I would like to invite you back for a group meditation with the group, if you so choose, to help lead us in a meditation for follow up.
Absolutely, I would love that.
Very good. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.
you so much. Bye.